Hi you guys, welcome back. This is my second video here, so bear with me. It's always so weird to watch yourself, but I wanted to come on and do a little video for you guys. This is a look that I'm going to, the look that I'm doing. Sorry, I can't talk. I've had no sleep the last few nights because I have a teething three-month-old. I have a stepdaughter who's 3.5. Apparently I don't know my children either, so. Anyways, tonight we are going to be going to dinner for my husband's 30th birthday. He has no idea that his family and my family are both going to be there, so I'm super excited, but I'm getting my hair done here in an hour or two, so this makeup has got to stay all day long. So I just wanted to show you guys the look that I'm going to be doing, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, so I'm going to basically explain what I've got going on here today. Right now, I have on these Patchology, they're Flash Patch Rejuvenating Eye Gels. So it's got caffeine, which is very calming for the under eye area. So it's going to help with puffiness because I don't sleep anymore with a 3-month-old and a 3.5-year-old. She actually wakes up almost more. She's going a little bit better. She's like bad dreams and she wakes up. So he's not awake when he sleeps tonight. She wakes up, so it's like no sleep. Anyways, these are really great. I've only used them a couple of times. They also have hyaluronic acid and rheumatoid. You basically just put them on and leave them on for 5 minutes, and after the fact, you can just set them off and whatever is on, whatever's left over. Cooling off. Another fact, Phoenix, the girl, she was like, what is on? So she calls me Mommy. She's actually my stepdaughter. When I first met her, although my husband and I dated senior year of high school through college, so him and I go way back. But anyways, so yep, that's what she calls me. So I'm going to get started here with what I used before, my previous video, the Unseen Sunscreen with SPF 40. So like I was saying, tonight we are actually going to celebrate my husband's 30th birthday with family and friends because we are going to be in Palm Springs this weekend. So we won't be around everybody, although we will be with our friends Tara and her husband Adam. So I'm super excited to have, and nervous, my first kid-free vacay. Last year we were in Maui for his birthday, so it was pretty exciting. My sister got married there. But anyways, so I put on my primer, which is going to fill in pores, create a nice smooth barrier for my foundation. I'm going to go in now with my brow, kind of go right underneath and underneath this side as well. So, yeah, going in, kind of buffing this in an upward angle, just like so. So normally I wouldn't have, I would say, this much makeup on during the day, but this is, like I said, a surprise. So I'm trying to have my makeup done as much as I possibly can before tonight. I might just have to touch up with some blot powder because really as long as you're priming and putting on a good foundation, your makeup should stay. So hopefully all goes well and it stays nicely. But yeah, I'm getting my hair done, so don't mind this mess here. It is absolutely filthy. As you know, it's challenging to wash your hair when you have kids. I don't always have my stepdaughter. We have 50-50 custody, so we have her half the time, which is enough because 3 is no joke. Especially her. She's so smart. Her vocabulary is insane. She's around a lot of adults, I feel like, maybe in the other home. Obviously, I don't know what goes on over there, but at least at our house, we try and do play dates and get her around children. But, so I'm just going in on this side here. Just like this. All right, looking at a bit more even. So I have a larger family. I have 3 other siblings and we're all very close in age, so we're all like best friends. So I'm hoping that Phoenix and Valen, my son's name is Valen, will be just best of friends like me and my siblings are. Okay, so I'm gonna go underneath the brow bone now because I want to highlight, and since this is more of a dramatic look since we are going to dinner tonight, I'm gonna be taking this concealer palette from MAC Cosmetics. This is the medium palette, and I'm going to take the top right, which is more of a warm tone concealer, and this is a full coverage concealer palette. I'm gonna go right underneath here and just kind of make this super, super defined. So today I actually get to do makeup without children. I sent my husband to take the kids on a nice walk, which is super great. Kind of gives me time to get ready and not be interrupted, which is nice. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are like his weekends, so it's nice to have extra help on those days. So I can really take my time and do my makeup without being in a rush. And you know, my 3-month-old is he's starting to teeth, so it's been super rough because he's just really fussy. I don't mind the cuddles, but it can be rough, you know, to get ready and do your makeup, and on top of it I'm nursing full time, so that's also challenging when I'm trying to get ready, and he's wanting to be held while I'm nursing, so it's nice when he's home because he can deal with the baby and I can nurse in peace and quiet. So I'm going in now with Eyes to Mesmerize. This is a cream shadow from Charlotte Tilbury. It is called, the color's Jean, and it's a champagne color, so I'm using this kind of as an all over base, and I'm just doing a thin layer, and I'm gonna go all over here. The eyeshadows that I'm going to be using are Charlotte Tilbury's as well. I just like how pigmented they are, and you just need a tiny bit. A little goes a long way, so like for me it's a bit easier. Instead of like packing on like super matte eyeshadows, hers are more of like a frosty type look, which surprisingly when I first started using it I was a little hesitant because I was like, oh, do I want shimmer all over? But they're very, very flattering and I highly recommend them. So I'm going to go in now with, this palette is called the Vintage Vamp palette, if you can't see. It's fairly neutral, but it's got more of like a berry tone. I'm going to be taking the top left shade. This is the prime, this is the enhanced shade, I'm sorry. And I'm gonna start windshield wipers up in here. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other eye in just a moment. But I'm using a nice fluffy brush for this. Whenever you're depositing a deeper color, you want like a fluffier brush, something that's not super dense. It's much easier to apply more shadow, obviously, than it is to take away. So I like to use this brush, the 224. I have more control with this type of dome-shaped fluffy brush. So going in the other side now, just like so. I might bump it up even more a little bit later this evening, since we're going to one of our favorite restaurants called Javier's, and we're going to be sitting outdoors, so the lighting is like super dark and romantic, but I want my eyes to pop because you all know when you have multiple children, or shoot, even one or none, animals, you are woken up, you don't get sleep, so it's super important to me to always look like I'm awake. Okay, so I'm going to be taking her bottom, this is her pop shade. She's got a pop shade in all of her palettes. I don't know if you can see. It's really sparkly. I'm just taking my finger and I'm literally just kind of buffing it right across here. So for being a nighttime, kind of a evening eye, I love her products because it's this shimmery shade. The pop shade really bumps everything up. You can see how vibrant and pigmented that is. Love it. All right. Gonna go on the bottom now with a eyeliner from MAC. It's called Costa Reach. It's a rich brown. And I'm literally gonna go inside the waterline, which I know typically makes the eyes look a bit smaller, which I don't mind because I'm not gonna be doing eyeliner on top, which will kind of balance out the shape of my eyes. So just like this. So although I have a little bit more time to do my makeup, Okay, sorry, I had technical difficulties. I'm buffing in, like I said, the darker shade of her palette. So what kind of sets this eyeliner underneath the eye, because I do not have time to redo my entire makeup after I get my hair done. Pretty much gonna come home, change real quick, and then go. And I'm just gonna tell him that we're going to the Spectrum to eat with just us, so he has no idea that his family, my family, it's gonna be a big thing. So super excited for him. All right, so that portion is done. I am going to be taking Charlotte Tilbury's Film Star Bronzing Glow. She's got a darker one, and this is it. So I'm going to use this for my contour today, and I'm going to use this actually on my eyes to add a little bit of dimension, a little bit more dimension. So I'm going to kind of put this right up in here, just right on top of the bone here. And I'm doing a smoky eye, so I'm going to take this underneath the bottom as well. Sometimes I do my skin first, kind of just depends on my mood, but since I am doing a darker eye, I just don't want it to have too much fallout underneath. So going in like this. Cool. I'm going to start with skin now. I'm going to use MAC Studio Fix Fluid. It's more of a nighttime foundation, I would say, because it's a medium to full coverage. I think it's a demi matte or a matte finish. I'm not 100%, don't remember. So I'm going to work off the back of my hand, and I'm going to be taking just a flat synthetic foundation brush, and I like to start at the center of my face and work outward. It doesn't have to be perfect because I'm going to take another brush. I know it's another step, but this would be where you would use your beauty blender, but I'm going to use a dual fiber brush instead. Hoping that this will stay on my blemish. Okay, taking my dual fiber brush, gonna buff it all in here. So I'm getting my hair done today. My mom has pretty much always done my hair. She works at a salon close by, but I usually ask for, it would be like if an ombre and a balayage had a baby. That's basically what my hair is like. I like balayage because it's so easy to maintain. Starts, and I usually ask for a little bit more of a high up one so it just grows out and I don't have to do it very often. I really just have to tone in between because just the least amount of maintenance is easier, especially with kids. All right. I feel like that looks pretty good. Gonna go in with some concealer for the under eye. Today, we'll use the full coverage. I'm gonna use the MAC full coverage concealer just because last couple nights I have not gotten any sleep, so I'm feeling real homely right now. Anyways, I'm probably gonna use the peachier shade up top. This is NW25. I like to use something more peachy for the under eye because it cancels out the green vein that's typically hiding over there. So I'm taking another fluffy brush, same one I used for my eyeshadow, just a clean one, and I'm going right underneath so it doesn't pick up too much product. It's not like overwhelming. Sometimes you put too much underneath the eye, it can become cakey and just not a good look. So again, the other side. So actually I like this concealer for under eye. You just need to make sure that, you know, a little goes a long way, and I would recommend using a fluffier brush because it really starts to melt in the skin and it looks really nice. And it stays, which is nice. All right. Just need to cover up my forehead now. It's just, it always happens when you're going, I feel like going somewhere, the most inopportune to have a breakout is always when you're going somewhere. Ironically enough, I feel like my husband and he'll have a couple blemishes around the same time that I do. And I'm like, we're on the same cycle, except not exactly. You can delete that part. Okay, so buffing in the bottom. It's as good as it's gonna get up top, I believe. All right, I'm going to be taking MAC. They have a powder foundation called Studio Fix Powders. It's a medium coverage powder foundation technically, but I'm going to use it for under eye because like I said today, I want some serious help. So I'm going to take a flat synthetic brush and I'm just going to press it in the under eye area here. Do a little bit here, and the shade is NW10, so it's actually much lighter than my skin, obviously, and it's more of a warm tone as well, so that'll help with canceling out color underneath the eye. All right, and now I'm kind of basically setting up for my highlight here. I'm placing it in all the places that I'm going to be placing my highlight powder, which is what I'm going to do now. For my highlight today, let's go ahead. I'm going to be using, let's use the light first eyeshadow from this palette. That way I kind of use everything in this palette today. It's a pinky shade, but I'm going to go in on top of the nose here. I'm going to contour, like I said, with Charlotte Tilbury's, the darker shade for the Bronze and Glow. I'm going to use a dome-shaped brush, go right on in, and I'm going to go right underneath bone. Bring it up top a little bit. It's cool. Again, this is a bit more dramatic because I need this to be a little bit more dramatic for tonight. Gonna take it on the temples, around my hairline, and I'm gonna do a little on the sides of my nose here, contour that bad boy. A little on the jawline. All right, so for blush, I'm going to be using, I have a palette here of blushes. I have quite a few actually, but I'm going to be using Cantaloupe, this color. It's a really nice peachy color, and I'm going to use a fluffy angled brush for that guy. And just go on the apples of the cheeks here. I'd like to do a little on the chin too because it kind of pulls in a bit more color. So I think that looks pretty good. And I'm going to go back in with my brows now, use a little brow gel, kind of brush them up, keep the little hairs in place. This color is called Linda. It's like an ash. It's actually for blondes, I would say, but I like to add a few different colors in my brows because my hair's got that ombre look. So adding a little dimension to the brows I feel like is really flattering. I just got my lashes filled for our trip too, so those are looking real nice. It's like my favorite is when I can get my lashes done and my nails done. I feel a bit more put together. Even when I am cleaning the house. So that's pretty much it as far as my skin routine goes. I'm just going to throw on some bottom mascara and brush up my lashes and do my lips too. So do some bottom mascara. I'm using MAC's Extended Play. Again, this stays on super well for me. I don't have any issues with it transferring on the bottom, other than me messing it up. That doesn't really count. Like I said, it's my husband's 30th birthday, and I'm waiting on 2 more packages. One's supposed to be here tomorrow, so I'm kind of stressed out because we're leaving tomorrow evening. And I'm like, I really hope it comes in time because I wanted him to open this specific one when we're in Palm Springs. It's supposed to be like 110 this weekend, so that should be real fun. Really hot, but we'll be sitting by the pool, so it's nice. My grandparents lived there for like 30 years, so I've been going there pretty much my entire life, so it's a different experience when I'm going out there to vacate. But I'm gonna go ahead now and brush my lashes up. They don't need any mascara. Oh, and I lost one. Every time I lose one, I'm like, oh, there goes $1. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and grab this face spray that I use, and I will be right back. Alright, so Mario Badescu's face spray. I like to use this. I feel like it kind of just melts the makeup into my skin and kind of sets it, if you will. But it's technically, I wouldn't say a setting spray. I think it has to like say that, and it does not. Or it doesn't claim it anyways. So I'm done now, and all I'm going to do is throw on a lip. And right now, because I am going to be running errands and getting my hair done, I'm just going to do Pillow Talk, which is a neutral pinky brown. I've used it before. Alright. So maybe for tonight I'll throw on, when I get home, just another layer of bottom mascara. Kind of use a little bit of a blot powder, which will take away the shine that I get throughout the day because I am more on the oily side. Other than that, I'm pretty much ready to go. So this is my makeup look.